Okay, for this week's lesson, I decided to kind of cut it in half. That way I can maybe work on some more videos for you guys to help you out. I know it's not easy since we have not had any class at all together where I can show you a few things. So I thought maybe I'd start with walking you through a couple things to get to your lesson. The first thing is you need to go to the website my.pltw.org. I emailed each of you your login information, so you should have your information to be able to log in. If you cannot find that, please let me know. You need to email me and let me know, but everyone has that in their email. When you log in, this is the page it will take you to. To get to your book, you need to go over to the left where it says Courses and click on that. Then it will load. You don't have this many options because I have the teacher version, obviously, but you will have over to the left an orange rectangle that says Student. You need to choose that book, and it will take you here. So this is over to the left. This is the bar that I recommend getting used to of navigating around your book. You can also scroll down here and get to your lessons as well, but I'm going to show you the left side. I think it's a little bit easier. So we are in lesson 1, blank, so I'm going to tap that. Your lesson last week was 1.1, so this week, again, I'm cutting it in half. You're going to do the first part of activity 1.2. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to scroll through. You need to read through what is happening. I know reading's not always the most fun thing to have to do with school books, but you'll learn a lot through here, and I promise it's not like severely boring. So in this section, we're going to talk about executing a task, meaning making something happen. And that's all we're really going to focus on for this lesson this week. Again, I'm just going to talk about a few things, but you need to go back and read through some of these things. In case you didn't know, in this online textbook, anytime there's an orange word, you can tap on it and it will give you the definition. So that's pretty cool because there's a lot of words that we're going to be using in this class that maybe you've never used before, or maybe you've heard and didn't know what they meant. So this whole class is about computer science. So here's what a computer scientist does. They find solutions using a computer. So that's kind of a way to sum it up. And that's what we're going to do. Computer science is a way of, in other words, making something better. If you've ever watched the TV show Shark Tank, these people come up with amazing solutions, products that are solutions to so many things. Sometimes it's so simple of an idea, you have to sit there and think, why didn't I think of that? So that's kind of what we're doing, is we're just making something better. Or sometimes we're finding solutions to things where it was never figured out before. So here's what you're going to do first. Think about a device that needs human input to work. And it gives you an example, a microwave. A microwave is not going to work until you do something. You have to push the button. You usually have to also hit start. You have to open the microwave yourself. It doesn't just open by itself. And then the point of all that is, so what will it do is to cook your food or to warm up your food. So think of something else that needs your input, a human input to work, and answer those 3 questions. So what we're going to talk about today, the lesson is about an algorithm. You may have heard that word before. It's used a lot of times in math. We're going to use it a lot in this class. An algorithm, I'll click on it so you can even see the definition. All it is a big fancy word for an ordered set of instructions so that you can carry out a task. So all that means is step 1, do this. Step 2, now you do this. Step 3, then you do this. That's all an algorithm is. So it's a big fancy word for the steps of how to do something. So again, I'm not going to read through all that, and you will need to go back and look through all of this information. But it gives us an example of an algorithm, and it's talking about setting the table. So here's what an algorithm might look like when you're setting the table. At 6 p.m., ask how many will be eating dinner, and then repeat the process for the following number of diners. Place a plate on the table. place a cup, place a napkin, place a knife, place a spoon, place a fork. And again, you would need to repeat that process for however many people are going to be eating at the table. So one of the things you need to do with this is you need to, and I'll create this along with your OneNote assignment, you need to list 3 examples of common processes or tasks that you do or see done on a regular basis. So list 3 examples of common processes or tasks that you do or see done. Create an algorithm, which is, again, just a list of steps you would complete to brush your teeth. If we were in class, we would do this together, and it's a lot of fun because sometimes you wouldn't even realize what you're saying. So I might even send you an example of what it should be, but create an algorithm that you would use to brush your teeth. So what I will say is we need to be specific. So something that you have to be careful on is you can't just say, pick up your toothbrush, pick up your toothpaste, put your toothpaste on your toothbrush. That doesn't give enough details. Putting your toothpaste on your toothbrush just means like you're literally laying the whole tube on top of your brush. Like that doesn't make any sense at all. So make sure as you type your algorithm for your brushing your teeth, you are very specific. And then of course it says compare your list of steps with a partner. What I ask is maybe you read your steps to a parent or guardian or a sibling at home, and maybe they'll catch anything you might have missed with brushing your teeth. So please read that to them to double check. You need to watch this short video. It's actually super helpful. You might even want to watch this video before you do your brushing your teeth algorithm. It might be helpful. Okay. And then here's, this is, like I said, I'm going to cut the assignment in half. So the algorithm and then the flowcharts all blend together. But I'm just going to have you focus on the algorithms for now. So here's your main assignment. You are going to select a task of your choice that you do often, such as feeding the dog, getting dressed, packing your backpack, or washing dishes. Or it could be a whole number of things. I've had people do washing their dog, putting on their shoes, just anything you do kind of on a daily basis. That would be a good idea to do this for because it comes easy on your brain. So your goal is to pick a task and write an algorithm. So list of number steps of what you do first and then so on. Again, share your algorithm with someone around you because again, they might pick up on a mistake that you didn't realize. For example, you may have already done this sometimes. A lot of times growing up, you might have a teacher or you might be at I grew up going to 4-H camp. You might be at 4-H camp. You might be some sort of camp in the summertime where they have you describe how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Maybe you've experienced that before in school or somewhere else. And you have to be very specific. So if you don't say, if you don't say get a butter knife and scoop out the peanut butter, if you just say scoop out the peanut butter, they're just going to do it with their fingers, which is completely disgusting. So again, some of those little things that we might not always think of because we're just so used to doing it, we have to be specific. The whole point of this is because computers, they don't have, I guess you could say, common sense. So they don't recognize, oh, this is what the human meant to say. No, the computers do exactly what we tell them to do. So if we don't tell them to get a butter knife to spread that peanut butter and scoop it out, then the computer is not going to be doing that. So again, let somebody else read your algorithm before you submit it so that maybe they can catch something. Again, you don't necessarily have to write a critique, just have someone look at it so you can check that. And if you need to make any improvements, I would love for you to document that so you can say, oh, I missed this and my mom noticed this or whatever, or whoever looked at it. And then of course, make sure your algorithm is fixed and ready to go before you submit it. So that is the main assignment for this week. So where it says flowchart, that's where we're going to stop for the assignment this week. And then I'll make more videos to help out with this. Again, kind of sad we're not in class for this because this is so much fun and I think you would enjoy it so much more if we could do it, some of this stuff together, but that's okay. So again, I hope this helped. This will be our lesson for this week.